And the Masters of the Universe by the power of Grayskull.
Cool Geeks Tribunal, eternal, forever.
Tribunal salute to all the cool geeks out there. Are you a He-Man fan? We got Masters of the Universe trailer that just dropped. Time to unpack it. How much of 1983 can they pull and bring into 2026? If they don't love it, they should have left it alone. Hopefully they did it right and they understand that you got to service the fans. And the fans, the core audience, you got to get to the core of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe mythos, which is, at that time, there was a lot of masculinity in the look, the vibe, the energy of He-Man. They did balance it out with some things as far as the way Teela was and female voices and, you know, how it spun off into She-Ra, so forth and so on. But you do got to bring in that energy and that vibe of 1983 because back then, like He-Man, being the barbarian looking, you had a lot of big muscles in the 80s. All of the Rambo movies, Conan the Barbarian, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. We had Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed. You know, he was also in the Predator movie along with Arnold Schwarzenegger. We had, you know, Kurt Russell. We had, like, you know, all of these really, like, masculine type dudes or whatever. So how much of that energy are they going to try to recapture and bring into 2026 and make it do what it needs to do and be like what it was? So hopefully they respect the audience and they got to it. So let's get to it, see what this trailer's about.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tiger.
Castle Grayskull's looking on point. Hopefully it's not too CGI'd up where they just, you know, went overly with the CGI and it looks too cartoonish, or they were cheap with the CGI budget and they rushed it. If they could make the castle look like what we got in Gladiator or Troy or maybe even 300, even though 300 was a little cartoonish too, but at certain points. But if they can capture that sort of vibe and put that energy, that seriousness into He-Man with timely humor, this could be a really, really well-made movie. Kind of like what Ninja Turtles did in part one. It was very dark, but it had the right humor and it captured the right turtle and it had great sentiment and great balance of emotion and everything. So I'm hoping that they took this serious enough.
Spaceships and magic swords that can make a man.
The He-Man sword, they look like they got that right. Very important. We also see the sorceress flying around in her eagle form. That's dope, showing us what Eternia looks like around Castle Grayskull. Sword is very important. They had to nail that. They did not even try in 1987 with Dolph Lundgren as He-Man and whatever he was swinging around in that movie, because that was not it. Few things they have to get right. They have to get Skeletor's voice right. Very, very important. They got to get his personality right. Very, very important. They have to get when He-Man draws the sword to change from Prince Adam into He-Man, they got to get that voice right when he says he has the power, because the same way when we were little kids and we, you know, finished an episode or the episode was actually starting in the intro, when he said he had the power and we all, you know, felt throughout the episode like whenever he charged up, we all had the power too. We need to leave the theater feeling like we have the power when he gets the power. So hopefully they understand that and they definitely, you know, implement that. And I think his name was John Irwin, who did the voice of He-Man. Even if they got to dub it, put that budget in the right areas and dub that voice, at least for that part. just to recapture, what it means. You don't got to speak like him the whole episode, the whole movie, but definitely in that part is very, very important for them to capture it and get that right, because he sounded very powerful. And I know in 83 they didn't have the budget in that Filmation cartoon the way that they should have in this live action in 2026. So let's get to it.
As mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real. Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's...
Okay, 2026, showing up, pronouns. But He-Man and his name is a pronoun, so not mad at it. They are definitely, it works out. Yeah, he's He-Man. Now, the Adam Glenn part, Adam we know, but Glenn, what's that about? I guess we'll see what's going on with that. I see back there he got the pink shirt on, so they paying homage to him as Prince Adam, where he will wear the pink shirt with the white shirt under it. But let's see why he has the nameplate on and he's working at a desk.
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry.
That statue is the physique that he needs to have for He-Man. That's it right there. So if he don't look like that when he's in his He-Man attire, then he need to leave that sword with that statue or that mannequin.
The sword's mine.
Hold on, it's about to get weird.
All right, let's see what's going on right here with Cringer. We're getting the first look at him. So we know Cringer is a super scaredy cat when he's not Battle Cat. Before Adam turns into He-Man, he also turns Cringer into Battle Cat. As Battle Cat, he got to have the helmet on. When he's Cringer, in order to not make the audience cringe as we're watching it, we don't want him going into some corny sort of extra goofy sort of thing like Jar Jar Binks was in episode 1 of Star Wars. We don't need nor want that.
Don't do that again.
So hopefully they have a cool way of staying true to the Cringer character, the Battle Cat character, without going there. We see Teela. She looks good. Hopefully she'll end up donning the headpiece as in the 83 cartoon. I think that's important to her look. Idris Elba, great actor. Love him as an actor. Didn't necessarily want him to play Man-at-Arms because of the race swap. Didn't think that's necessary. But 2026, right? And this other character over here, I don't know who he is, but I know we haven't seen Orko yet. So I'm hoping Orko shows up because he's very important to the He-Man mythos as well. Let's get to it.
What am I supposed to do?
All right, Jared Leto as Skeletor. Jared Leto as the Joker. Jared Leto as Morbius. Was not feeling him. I know he gets a lot of flack. I kind of see why, but hopefully he nails it. Hopefully he understands the personality of Skeletor. Skeletor, super important. Actually, in many ways has become over time more popular than He-Man himself was in a cartoon. He's a steady meme, and hopefully they're able to capture that nice balance of him being sinister along with being funny and maybe reaching to, if you watch The Walking Dead, like the character Negan, or how the Joker is where there's humor and also very scary. Or even Willem Dafoe, the way he did Green Goblin and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Those would be good. Hopefully those were inspirations and points of study for Jared Leto when taking on this character, and hopefully he does it justice. And we'll see, but they got to get that voice right. Got to get the voice right. Like Darth Vader, rest in peace, Earl Jones. Darth Vader always has to sound like Earl Jones, and the voice actor for Skeletor from 1983 always has to be Skeletor forever and ever. Forever, ever.
Sword. You protect them.
All right, you look like you about to do it. Let's get it. Evil Lynn, where's the helmet, Cringer? Battle Cat? Say it. I want the voiceover. It wasn't bad, but I still want the voiceover for that part. All right. This is what I'm saying. Like, Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor again in the MCU, would have been perfect as He-Man. The guy looks too short. Obviously, he has muscles, but they don't pop the way Arnold Schwarzenegger's did in Conan the Barbarian. He don't got the physique. He don't got the body of He-Man enough. He got to get in the gym some more, shoot some steroids, get some creatine, do something to make them muscles pop. It would suck to have to like digitally add muscles to him, CGI it, whatever, because that's corny. But that's not the look right there. That's not getting it enough for him to be He-Man. So so far this is shaping up to be mid at best. Not terrible, but not great either. Think, like I said, it's shaping up to be mid. And that's not what we want. We want it to be great. We don't want it to be whack. We don't want it to be off. Just if you can't get it right, just leave it alone. Do not. How many chances are you going to get to do this before the core audience gets too old for to be able to enjoy seeing their childhood come to life in this way? Big budget. So, I would love to be wrong, but certain things are non-negotiable. He-Man has to look like He-Man. The actor has to look like He-Man. Got to sound like He-Man, especially in that part where he goes from Prince Adam to He-Man. Skeletor has to sound like and act like Skeletor. The sword, so far, is the best thing out of this trailer. Didn't see the sorceress transform from the eagle into her female form. And no Orko. So, jury's still out. We see what it is. But either which way, are you looking forward to it? Do you want He-Man in 2026? Do you care still? Are you still down? On that note, tribunal salute to all the cool geeks. I'm out. Let me know if you're a He-Man fan. Peace. Cups up.
Within us all live a Superman. Within our souls to survive. Don't you wish you were Superman?